we have gathered here for the webinar on professional career skills, and I am very lucky that I am getting this opportunity in front of you all to present the topic that is given to me today is career opportunities. So we are dividing today's topic in three modules: identifying career opportunities, then resume skills, and then we will shift to interview and presentation skills, because all these three things are needed to get a good job and to make our career. So what is career? First, we will see what is career, because we listen to this word many times, we use this word frequently, but we generally don't know the exact meaning of what is career. So can you tell me, because I love to interact. So whenever I'm taking the classes also, I speak less and I want my students to speak more. So I want interaction from all you participants. So what is your idea about career? Yes. Please open your mic and please feel free to interact with me.
If you wanted to tell the answer, kindly unmute your audio and then tell, please. Anyone of the participant?
Yes? No one? Okay. So career means what exactly? Like we all are preparing ourselves for getting our first job. Yes? Anyone want to tell something?
Profession which we are choosing for our life.
Huh?
Profession, ma'am.
Profession. Okay. Very good.
Job.
So, yes. So profession is a part of career. Very good. So
Also kind of goal.
yes, very good. So we are having want to achieve throughout our career life. So career means not only getting a first job. Yes, it is a starting phase of our career and we are preparing ourselves for getting a career. Every one of us are having some qualification, right? We are doing the 10th and we are appearing for the 10th or diploma, then we are getting the graduation, then PG, then PhD. So everything, whatever we are doing, it's only for getting our career goal or achieving our career goal. So what is a career? It is a profession for which one acquires training or qualification and which is undertaken for a long period of one's life. So career is not only for 1 or 2 years. Okay, so career is the various kinds of jobs or the position that person is holding throughout his life is nothing but the career. So whatever education we are taking or whatever students currently undergoing the education in your institutions, it is not a career. They are preparing themselves to start their career, right? So many times we are having confusion that I am getting education or I am taking the education. That means I am doing the career. No, I am preparing myself for the career. So when career starts? So career starts when we start searching our first job and we get our first job. So from that point of time, we are starting our career. But to start our career, the very first thing that we know the exact opportunity. So opportunity is very important for us and we have to grasp that opportunity. But first we have to search for the opportunity that will lead us to our career goal. So career goal, many times we are having short-term career goal and long-term career goal. Like for example, right now, suppose I am doing my education and I'm searching for the first job. So right now my career goal is to get my first job, right? It is a short-term goal. But there can be a long-term goal also. So long-term goal means, so long-term career goal means where I see myself after 5 years or after 10 years. That is called long-term career goal. So where can I see myself after 5 years? Whether I will stick to the same position or I will move towards the another organization, or I will be stick to the same company, but I will see myself in some upward position. So that is called long-term career goal. So many people are having that kind of long-term career goal, and many people still are having some kind of confusions. They can't tell or they can't think that where I can be after 5 years or after 10 years. So everyone needs to think on that. That where I should go after 5 years. Our goal should be fixed so that we can plan ourselves in that direction. So, a career refers to the part of life that is concerned with one's employment. So, career is always related to our employment, the various positions that we are holding. So, let's take our own example. We all are teachers here. So, what is career for us? So, various jobs, right? For example, when I started my first job, I have started as a junior lecturer, suppose. So that was my first position, junior lecturer. Then after junior lecturer, senior lecturer. Then I went to assistant professor, then associate professor, then professor. Now, many people want to become the head, or many people want to become the principal. They want to take such kind of positions in the organization. So all the positions that person will hold throughout his employment, that will be the part of his career. So a person earns his or her livelihood from the profession she or he chooses to pursue as a career. So we all are earning our bread and butter through our career only. So that's why career is very important for all of us. No one is here that don't want to earn the money, right? We all are struggling to earn the money and to get the position that we want to achieve in our career. So for that purpose, just take an example here. So let's take an example. Suppose there is a girl called Gargi. So after completing her education or graduation from Non-Collegiate Women's Education Board, University of Delhi, Gargi want to start her career as a receptionist in the hospital. So what is her current career goal? To start a career with a receptionist. So she is interested in receptionist in the hospital. So based on our understanding right now, what we can say, what is a prior requirement for Gargi then? So Gargi should have minimum education qualification, right? Minimum graduation at least she should possess right now, right? Then she must possess certain essential skills to work as a receptionist. So we all know for a receptionist, what are the basic skills? Can you tell me?
Good communication, ma'am.
Very good.
You
So
must be in.
yes, very good. So for a receptionist, good communication skill is a topmost skill the person should possess, right? So if she know that yes, she is having that communication skill, that's why she wanted to be receptionist. So we all know what skills we possess and what skills we don't possess. So accordingly, we choose the particular career, a particular position, right? So only qualification is not important. Your own skills and your own interest is equally important to choose the career, right? So here Gargi must be good in communication skills, and plus she should able to work on the computers also, because as a receptionist she need to save some kind of documents. She is visiting the customers or the client. She need to put some entries in that. She need to do various kind of calls. So she should have some kind of database in the computer. She should at least know how to work on the Excel or the Word, right? So now she will have to apply for the job and qualify in the interview. Only having the will of becoming something is not important. Kindly make the mute. Some participant is having the mute microphone on. Yeah, thank
No,
you.
ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now I'll ask the participant. Kindly, all the participants, kindly mute your audio, please.
Okay. So, yes, I'm having the qualification, I'm having the skills, I'm having the interest also. But what I need to do is I need to search for that kind of job and I need to apply for that job. So here comes application, the job, and clarify or clear the interview. So we have to qualify in the interview also if we want to get a first job. So here Gargi also have to successfully complete training provided by the employer before she can start her career as a receptionist. Now we all know that the companies, whenever we are entering in a company, so they are first providing the training, because every company is using different softwares, different work systems, different methods, different procedures. So some basic kind of training is always required for the candidate who are joining for the first time in the organization. So these are the basic requirements that we need to fulfill to start our career: qualification, interest, skills, then search for the opportunity, apply for that particular job, qualify in the interview, and complete the training that will be provided by the company. So these are the basic requirements to start one's career. So here we can see now what is this career path. So as we have already discussed that career is nothing but the different position person is holding throughout his professional life is nothing but the career. So nobody want to stick to the same position. Anyone is present here who want to stick to same position throughout the professional life? No, exactly no, right? So we all want some growth in our career. Like we already discussed, like junior lecturer, then senior lecturer, then professor, then associate professor, then professor. So we want to make growth in our career. So what is career path? So career path is the path that we want to achieve our goal. So after 10 years, suppose I see myself as a principal of some college. So what is a career path for me to reach to that position? So I have to pass through different designation, right? Directly from assistant professor, I cannot shift to or jump to the principal position, right? I need to shift to the next level, then next level. So here you can take the example. So this is a career path to achieve the final career goal. So here we can take the example of Gargi. So Gargi has started career as a receptionist. So her first will be receptionist. So after that, on the basis of her experience, her performance, she can shift to the next level, that is second designation, administrative secretary. Working on this position for some year, now she can move towards the next level, that is office manager, the third designation she will hold. After that, she can become the branch manager of a company. That will be her fourth designation. And depending upon her experience, her working style, her attitude, her abilities, her performance, she can shift to the next level, that is managing director. Is this possible? This is called succession planning. Many companies are believing in succession planning. So what is succession planning? Succession planning is nothing but filling the key positions of organization. Now, key positions means, can you explain what I mean by the key positions? Yes, anyone from the participant? So just let me give the example. Suppose there is a one position receptionist and one position is managing director. So can you tell me which is the more important position, the key position for the company?
First,
Options.
started as an executive, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Executive
Okay.
starting position.
Okay. And from the company's point of view,
Yes, ma'am.
from the company's point of view, which will be the key position, managing director or the receptionist?
No, ma'am. An employee, ma'am. Executive.
Okay. So key positions means the positions which are vital for the success of the organization. So there are many positions which are getting vacant at the top level in the organization. Many times CEO are getting resigned from the organization, or they are quitting the jobs. They are shifting their profession, or they are shifting the organization. Many times these key positions are getting vacant in the organization. So what companies are doing, instead of taking some new person from the outside organization, they are giving chance to their own employees to fill that key position. So who will be that perfect candidate? Now that will depend upon the candidate's experience, candidate's qualification, and his interest, his capability, his competencies, right? So this will become the part of career path. So organizations is also responsibility to create the career path for the employee, because no one employee will like to be on the same position. Everyone wants growth in the position. Only money doesn't matter for the employee. They also want promotions. They also want career growth. So this is called the career path, when a person is holding various designations and moving themselves in the upward directions in the organization ladder. So that is the career path for the employee or for the candidate. But to move from the designation 1 to designation 5, we need to search for the opportunity. Many times, if we are not getting opportunity in our present organization, we can move to the next organization, right? So suppose I have joined as a receptionist, and after 5 years also I am working as a receptionist, and I'm not getting opportunity to move further in the particular company. So what I will do, I will try to shift to another organization where I will get that kind of opportunity to grow, right? So make one thing clear, that career path is not stick to the one company. For making the growth in the career path, we can shift to another company too. Okay, so we are holding different positions in different organizations throughout our career, right? So what is career opportunity? So as already one participant given the answer that career means the profession. So we all are selecting different professions based on our own qualification, our own interest, and our own skills. So some people go to the different fields like a teaching field, then engineering, then doctors, then some people set up their own businesses. So there are different streams, different areas available for a particular person. So what is career opportunity then? A career opportunity refers to a job or employment which is likely to lead to higher positions in that career path. So as we already discussed, that if you want to shift from designation 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and 5, we need to search for that opportunity, and that is meant by career opportunity. So search for the job or for the employment that will give you growth to move towards higher positions in your career. So identification of career opportunities is a continuous process, because growth is having no limit, right? So we are continuously searching for the career opportunities. Okay, I have selected as a candidate in particular position, and I will stop searching for the new opportunities. Opportunities will not come to you. You have to search for the opportunity, right? Or you have to perform in such a way that your company themselves will give you the opportunity. This can also happen on the basis of your own performance. You can get the opportunity, but you have to perform in that way in the organization. So as we all know, in private sector, competition is very high. So we have to always prove ourselves, what unique we are having and what we can give to the company to make a growth of the company. So in a career, we have to give equal importance to the organization's growth also, because when we will give growth to the organization, then organization will think of our growth. As human resource management. I'm having the background of HR, and so I know I have seen the training and placement also. So company is always looking for the candidates who can give something to the organization. They will be beneficial to the organization. They will prove as an asset to the organization, and then you will also make a growth in the career. So a person tries to identify career opportunities which match her or his educational qualification, experience, and plus interest also. Many times, interest is also important, because what happens, there are some people like, if you have seen the theory X and theory Y of motivation, then you will able to. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's clear, ma'am.
Okay. So there are two kinds of employees in the organization, employee X kind of and the Y kind of. So X kind of employee means the employee, they don't like extra burden. They only like daily routine work. They don't like extra pressure. They are only motivated by money. And if there will be no supervision on them, then they will try to escape from their work. So these are the X kind of people. But at the same time, there are some Y kind of employees in the organization also who always like to have responsibility. They are highly achievement oriented people. They are motivated by increased responsibility and authority. It happens many times that if I will get extra responsibility that anyone else is not having, then I will be getting motivated. I am also the kind of Y people, because I am also getting motivated by responsibility and authority. If company is giving me some kind of responsibility, then definitely I'm having something. That's why company is believing in me. So that is also a factor of motivation for us. So, but there are some people who don't like extra burden. So it depends upon your own interest. You're having the qualification, you're having the experience, but you're not having the inner will. Then, then you cannot sustain on that particular position. So interest and willingness is equally important. So whenever you are searching for the opportunity, see your interest first, and then think of the career opportunity in that direction. So again, let's take an example of Gargi. So at present, Gargi is trying to identify entry-level job as a receptionist in hospital, as we already discussed. So this job matches her present education qualification and skills, because she knows that she is having minimum graduation and she is having communication skills. She know how to work on computers. So she is trying to search for the receptionist position. So few years later, she is likely to look for the opportunity as a senior receptionist. As we already discussed, no one wants to stick to same position. So after getting experience on that particular position, now she will want to shift to the next position in that hospital, right? Because she knows now she is having that experience that she can move towards the next position. But for that particular purpose, she need to search for the opportunity. If she will not get opportunity in the same company, she will try to find that kind of position in another company. So now we will see the steps that we want to follow in searching for the career opportunity. So very first step is self-assessment. As I have already discussed, that we should have our own skills, our own experience, our own interest. So whenever we are searching for any career opportunity, first we have to go through self-assessment. So our own assessment is very important. Know yourself first, what you want and what you have. So education qualification, first think on that. For that particular education qualification, what kind of jobs you can have. Then your own experience. If you're a fresher, then what jobs you can acquire. And if you're having some experience, then what kind of positions will be vacant for you. then your own interest and your own skills. Sometimes people are having skills, but they're not having interest. So it's of no use. Only having skills is not important. At the same time, you should have your own interest to use that skills. Like we know that many people know how to sing, but everyone is not singer, right? Everyone is not Lata Mangeshkar. So interest is very important, and then you are having interest, though then only you can turn your skills into your art, right? So here again we can take the example. So it's an activity for you. Take a blank sheet of paper and make 4 columns or the 5 columns. So whenever we are trying to search for any job opportunity, we have to first do these activities. So first write down your education qualification, whatever you are having, the certification, whatever you are having, then your experience, 5 years, 10 years, or freshers. Then there is one more thing that is important for searching the jobs, that is job location. Because location to location, your opportunities will vary, your search resource will vary. Okay, so job location, you have to try whether you want to stick to Delhi, you want to shift to another location, you want to shift to Mumbai, or whatever. And then interest. So interest, like to talk to different people. I'm an introvert person or extrovert person, or I like only indoor work, or I like to explore. On basis of your interest, you have to search for the job. Like there are many people who always like to travel, so they will always think of some kind of jobs which will give them that kind of opportunity to travel, like marketing jobs. There are some people who like to talk to people, but they want to stick to one chair. So for that kind of people, receptionist is a good option. Back-end jobs is a good option. Then skills, use of computer for official work, communication, decision making, leadership. So we are having different skills. You have to examine yourself, what skills you are having. So can you, from the participant, can you let me know what skills you have? You can share with us.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
I did my MSc graduation. Now I am doing DA, and I am an abacus tutor,
Very good.
and I have good communication in English and my mother tongue Tamil.
Okay, very good. So good communication
you.
skills, very good. So as we all having, suppose a teaching profession, I hope you all are belonging to teaching profession. For the teaching profession also we require various skills. So can you tell me from the participants what skills we need as a teacher? Yes. What skills we need as a teacher?
For a good teacher, we have to have good communication.
Very
We
good.
have to handle all type of students.
Very good.
Student handling.
Student handling, controlling, we can say. Very good. Any other?
Patience,
Very good. Patience is also required. Very good.
classroom management,
Management, very good.
Communication,
Communication, very good. Should be punctual also. We should know the time management also. Right? Management is very important for teacher. You should always reach on time and should always leave the class on time, because another teacher is waiting for the class. So time management is equally important for a teacher. Punctuality is equally important for a teacher, and the most important that we miss, that is interaction. So interaction skill is very important for a teacher, because we need to interact with the students, because one way teaching,
Two-way communication is much, ma'am.
two-way communication is very important in teaching. So always try to interact with the students, right? Because only one-way communication will be bored and you will not able to see whether students are getting. Okay, so use of computer here for the Gargi, use of computer and communication is important as a receptionist. So as a teacher, we need different set of skills. As a marketing executive, different set of skills will be required. So profession to profession, jobs to jobs, the skills are different, right? So whenever we are searching for career opportunity, first do the self-assessment, your own education, your own experience, your own interest, your own skills, and the location in which you want to work. Now the next step is step 2, identification of employment avenues. Now where to search for the job? Okay, as we already discussed, job will not come to you. You have to search for the job. So these are the various sources that we can use for searching the jobs. So Directorate of Employment, Government of NCT of Delhi, like there are various employment exchanges provided by government. So we can get some information from this employment exchanges, that what kind of positions companies are expecting. Then newspaper is the very common media, but newspapers are only beneficial if you are looking for the regional jobs. Like I don't want to shift that state, I want to stick to the same district or same city, then newspaper is okay for us. But if you want to switch to another location or another company or another state, then definitely only having newspaper as a source will not work for us. Then we have to search for the various job portals. Now we are living in a digital dunya, so we know there are various job portals available, like Naukri.com is there, then freshersworld.com is there for the freshers, then Monster.com is there, timesjob.com is there. So there are various job portals in which we can find various job opportunities. Even we are having the Facebook, we are having the Instagram. So we are having the various social media platforms available where we can search for the jobs. Even we are having LinkedIn, where we can connect to different people, right? So there are different job fairs going on in which we can reach and we can see the different companies. Then organization website. Now if we want to work in particular, are having dream for, directly go to that particular website and you can search for the options. The options are given in the organization website, like careers or the apply for the job. So many organizations are inviting the applications on continuous basis. It's not that only whenever vacancy will come, then only you can apply. You can directly send your resumes in the careers option in the website. You can go to, you may go to the different websites. You can search. There is always a career option given in the website where you can upload your resume. And whenever company will have the requirement, and if your resume will match with that requirement, company can give you the call for the interview. So never miss the opportunity. We never know when we will get the opportunity, from which company, from which corner, but we should try for that, right? So go to organization website, search the career option and upload your CV if you wish to work in that particular company. Then social media, as I've already discussed, there are different social media platforms available, like LinkedIn is there, Facebook is there. Then social network, again the same thing. We can connect through various WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups also, where we can get the notification of different job opportunities. Okay, so these are the different platforms where you can search for the various kind of jobs. This is step 2. Now the step 3, matching of career opportunity and individual profile. Now you know what is your skill, your education, your experience, your location, and you have searched for the different sources. Now the next is matching of your own profile with the job. Okay, so mapping is very important. So here is an example of Gargi's mapping. So for the mapping, we are having 4 levels here. So level 1 is career, which match only the educational qualification. So first we have to match the jobs that will be suitable for our educational qualification. Like with the degree of BTech in computer science, what jobs I can apply, right? So that is first level matching. Then second level matching is the careers which match with qualification and plus experience. So as a fresher with BTech CSC, what jobs I can apply for? And as a BTech in CSC plus 10 years of experience in particular software, what jobs I can apply for? It will make a difference because experience always matters. So level 2 will be along with experience. Then level 3, careers which match education qualification, experience and plus skills. So now third level matching will be with skills also. Like whatever jobs you have matched in the level 2, whether you are having skills to apply for that particular job, that you have to see in level 3. And in level 4, career which match educational qualification, experience, skills and plus interest also. So in level 3, you know that I can apply for this job because I am having these skills. But in level 4, you have to see whether you are interested in that job, because interest is also equally important. Okay, so in level 4, we are matching with the interest. So first level match with education, second level match with experience, third level match with skills, and the fourth level match with your interest. So this is a 4 level matching of opportunities and your individual profile. Okay. Now the next step is step 4, gathering information about identified careers. Now up to the step 3, we have selected some positions as per our skills, qualification, experience and interest. Now for that particular career opportunities, you have to go through this information, present and future scope. So if I have selected receptionist as a position, so what is the present and future scope for that particular position? What will be the entry level salary for that position? What will be the career prospects? What will be the career path for that particular position? And what kind of training required for that particular position? So these 4 things we have to scan before going to step 5. Because here, whatever jobs you have selected in step 3, many jobs will be deleted from your list based on this step 4. If you think that for a receptionist entry level salary is very low, so I will not go for that option, I will skip that option, then the next option available for you. So these 4 things are equally important for selecting the particular career opportunity. Okay, now the step 5 is, now from the step 4 again you will remove some kind of opportunities and you will sort or filter some kind of opportunities. Now the step 5, gathering information about identified careers. Now here, whatever opportunities we have selected from the step 4, now we have to prepare for that. So identify 1 or 2 career opportunities. So up to step 4, I'm not saying that you should only select one career opportunity. Never go for only one opportunity. Why? Because it will be risky for us. Always try to find out some 1 or 2 career opportunities. Because suppose if you will not get success in the first career opportunity, then you're having the next option in hand. So always identify 1 or maximum 2 career opportunities, then acquire new skills for that. Yes, now you will say I'm having the education qualification, but only having education qualification is not important, because as we know, technological advancement is very much rapidly going on. And we need to keep ourselves updated. As I have done my BTech in CSC in 2008. Now in 2008, whatever languages, computer languages I have learned, do you think that will be useful today? What you can say? Yes? In 2008, whatever computer languages I have learned, will it be useful today? Or I have to learn something new? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Ma'am, we need to
Yes,
learn
ma'am.
a new programming
Yes,
language,
ma'am.
ma'am.
We learned something new, ma'am.
Yes, because technology is advancing day by day. So only having education qualification is not sufficient. We need to keep ourselves up to date. Okay, so it's not only for computer field, it's for every field. Whatever field you have chosen for your own profession, there is some new inventions going on, new technologies are arising, new concepts are arising. So we should always keep ourselves up to date, right? So step 5 here, we are polishing ourselves to acquire that career opportunity. So here, acquire new skills, polish your existing skills. Okay, I'm having good communication skills, but still I can improve my communication skill, right? Then keep updated about the latest happenings in that particular field. So this we have to do as a continuous basis. So this is a continuous process. Like we already discussed, career opportunity is a continuous process. We have to look for the new opportunities. We have to make ourselves up to date. Okay, so these are the 5 steps for career opportunity. So up till now, I hope you are able to know what is career opportunity and how to go towards that career opportunity, how to grasp the career opportunity. Right now, we will shift towards the next module of today's session, that is resume building. So this is not a new word for us. We all know what is resume, but many times, though we are having a lot of experience in our profession, but many people don't know exactly how to write a resume. Okay, and what is the difference between resume and CV? Because these two words we use frequently, resume and CV, resume and CV. But what is exactly the difference between resume and CV? Okay, because whenever we are applying for a job, the very first step is sending the resume, right? So sending a resume is a first step for applying the job. So we need to focus on resume because it's the first impression from our side, right? Because till that, the company is not knowing your face, company is not meeting you, they only have your resume. So as per the resume, they will decide whether to call you or not, because company is getting lot of resumes. People are always waiting for the job opportunities and they are applying for the job opportunities. So for the job for which you're applying, there are many other people who are applying. So company can get hundreds and thousands of resume. So why company will select your resume? So it will only depend upon how you are writing the resume. So writing skills is very important whenever you're writing the resume. So a resume is a summary of your educational qualification details. So education qualification details we are mentioning in the resume. It highlights the skills and experience relevant to the fields. It highlights objectives and accomplishments. Whenever we are writing a resume or CV, we are writing our objective also, career objective. So what you want to achieve exactly in your career. So many people are copy pasting from the Google also, but please don't do that. Well, you can take a reference from the Google for writing the various objective, but always write in your own words because you will feel confidence in that. Okay, add your own points, your own views in your career objective, and always write career objective in such a way that it will be beneficial for you also and for the company also. Right, whenever I'm writing the career objective, I always write that I want to use my skills for the beneficial of the company, and I want to make a growth of myself and company also. So whenever you're writing your objective, give importance to the company also in that particular objective. Okay, otherwise what will happen, company will think you are a very selfish person, you just want to make your growth. What you can give to the company, that is also important, because company is always looking for the candidate who can give something to the company. So whenever you're writing the resume, please relate your resume to the job you're applying. So now the resume is also highlighting uh, your accomplishments, your achievements, experience also. Okay, and it should include a candidate's extracurricular and leadership qualities also. So focus on your skills, your strengths also, and always relate your skills to your job for which you are applying. Suppose, for example, if you're applying for the receptionist position, again take example, then your skill should match with that. If I'm applying for a head position, so as a head, I should have different set of skills. Like as a head, I should know planning, I should know the controlling skills, I should know motivating, I should know the leading skills, right? So leadership skills are equally important for a head. So mention that in your resume, the skills that are related to the position for which you are applying. Do you think that we should send the same kind of resume to any kind of job opportunity? Many people do that. Do you think it is correct? What is your opinion? I want to listen from your side.
Oh, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, why not?
Ma'am, for an educational institution, the resume format should be in one way. For an working company, it should be in another way.
Very good, ma'am. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, for the teaching profession, your resume can be same. Okay, but when we are applying for non-teaching positions, then definitely you have to make some kind of changes in your resume, because the skills required for different job positions will be different, right? So strengths required for different job positions will be different. So you have to move, or you have to make some kind of modifications in your resume if you're applying for the different positions here. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of resume? So we all know the purpose of resume. So paint a positive and factual picture of you. So whatever things we are providing in the resume, that are the facts about us. That are the real facts about us, because we are not writing something that we don't possess. So resume will give the clear picture of us in front of the company. It sets a positive tone for the interview. So as we already said that it is a first impression from your side. So resume will always give a decision making to the company whether they will select it or not. Okay, then it guides the interviewer in what to ask. So depending upon your resume, the interviewer will select the questions also. So you should be very careful in writing the resume, because on the best of your resume, questions will come. Whatever strengths you are writing, whatever hobbies you are writing, so questions can come from that. So as I have seen training and placement for the 5 years, so different kind of questions the interviewers are giving to the students. Like for example, if you're writing as a fresher, if you're writing your hobbies like listening to music, then there can be various questions on this kind of hobby. So can you tell me what kind of questions the interviewer can ask on the best on this hobby, listening to music?
Reading books.
Okay, reading books. So on the reading books, what kind of questions the interviewer can ask?
What kind of
Which is your favorite book?
Yeah. Which is your favorite book have read? So now when question will come, how many books you have read? So what will be your answer? because we are not counting it, right? We are not counting it. So what will be our answer? We don't know the exact count. So here we need presence of mind. Here am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry for the disturbance.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now the next objective is influences others who approve the hiring. So we need to influence and we need to impress our interviewer through our resume, right? So these are the different purposes of resume. So what is the difference between CV and resume? Because we use these words frequently and we are still having confusion, and even students don't know what is exactly the resume and what is exactly the CV. So this CV word, that is curriculum vitae, this word is coming from the Latin expression that means course of life. So you need to focus on the course of life, the whole career life. So definitely, because we are focusing the whole career life, the different positions we have held, different research papers we have written. So this CV will be lengthy, right? And the resume is the word that is coming from the French expression, which means summary. So the abstract, the brief about ourselves. So definitely resume will be of 1 or 2 pages only, but CV can be from 2 to 20 pages also, because it will depend upon what we have done throughout our career life. So it can be lengthy. Okay. So in CV, we are having 2 to 20 pages. We're having 1 to 2 pages only. References. Now, what is references? References means we have worked in different organizations, so there are many people who know us. So we can give the name of 2 to 3 people in the references, their contact details, their positions, their email IDs. So this is for the purpose, many times before selecting us, company can contact with that people and they can know about ourselves, our skills, whatever things we have written in the resume, whether they are correct. So for the verification purpose, to know more about ourselves, the company can give the call to these kind of references. Okay, so it is included in CV, but it is skipped in resume because resume is a very short, abstract. Then the CV is oriented toward academic. So for us as a teacher, we always need CV. Only having resume will not be sufficient for us, because teachers are the continuous learners. Because we need to attend different seminars, we need to attend different conferences, we are presenting the paper, we are writing the papers, we are doing the FDPs, faculty development programs, we are attending the different webinars like today we are doing. So we need to continuously undergo these activities. So our resume will not be sufficient for us. So CV is always required for the academic positions. And for non-academic positions, we can go for the resume, right? So When we are using the CV for applying for the academic positions, for advanced research, for the fellowship, we can use CV. And when we are able to use resume, so resumes are preferred for applying the job or internship or for any job fair. So for that kind of jobs, resume will be enough. So modifications, as we already discussed, CV will not need modification, but updation will be required definitely, because we are doing different activities day by day, different programs, different seminars, different conferences. We are increasing our education qualification also. So updation will be required, but modification is not necessary as per the job. But in resume is job oriented. So resume is job oriented. So you have to make modification as per the job for which you are sending that resume. So if you are sending the resume for receptionist, then you need to change the skills. If you are sending the resume for marketing position, you need to change some kind of skills. So your resume should always be related to the job for which you are applying. But that is not in the case of CV, right? We need to focus on ourselves in the CV, what you have done. And in resume, we have to focus on the job for which we are applying, how you will be beneficial, how you will be the right candidate for that particular job. That only we have to focus on resume. Okay. So whenever we are writing the resume, these things should be clear, that write resume with target in mind and be appropriate. So whenever we are writing a resume, please know for what reason you are writing the resume, for which position you are writing the resume, and be appropriate, be relative to that particular position. Then highlight your strengths in your resume. Don't highlight weaknesses. When question will come about weaknesses, then we have to reply. But in resume, highlight your strengths. Then keep it short and simple. As we all know, company people are not having that kind of time that they will go through the long details. So keep it short, as much short as possible, and keep it simple. Don't try something that will be confusing. Okay, keep it simple. Then ensure correctness. Correctness means whatever we are writing in the resume, that should be correct as per our knowledge. As we all know, whenever we are sending the resume, at the end we are giving the declaration also, that whatever information is submitted, that is true to the best of my knowledge. Then we are giving the signatures also. So this is for correctness purpose. Don't write that is not done by you. Okay. And always keep in mind that whatever you're writing, you should have some proof for that, right? So if you're adding some achievements, you should have some kind of documents for that. It can be a letter, it can be a certificate. Okay, so at least some proof you should have. Only having trophy and medal will not work. So always think that you should have the certificates, you should have that kind of documents supplementary to the information whatever we are writing in the resume. So check for grammar and typing errors. So at the end, whenever we will complete our CV, so the last step which we have to follow is check for grammar and typing errors. As we all know, in Word we are getting the red line definitely. So check for the grammar and check for the typing error and check for the setting also. Okay, your resume should have proper setting also. Now the next is why do you need a cover letter? Now many people don't know what is cover letter. Okay, so whenever we are giving resume, so along with that resume, we can add extra document, that is cover letter. Okay, so what is cover letter? Now cover letter will have the letter kind of format, to, then from, then subject, then your name, your signature, the matter that you want to put in that. So it's a kind of job application. Okay, many people say it cover letter, many people say it job application letter also. So here, along with our resume, We are just giving the application. Like, I would like to work in your organization. I'm having this kind of experience and qualification. I think I'm suitable candidate for your position. I can give my 100% best in that particular position. So in this way, you have to write that cover letter. Okay, so determine whether they will scan resume or not. So on the basis of your cover letter, how much it is impressive, on the basis of that, they will move towards the resume. If you are not very much able to write that cover letter attractively or impressively, then they will not see your resume also. So cover letter is very important because it will show your writing skills and your convincing skills. So two things are important for writing a cover letter, that is convincing ability and your writing skills. How much you are able to convince the interviewer that you are suitable for that particular position. Okay, so it provides additional information about your skills and experience. It allows recruiters and hiring managers to develop a better understanding about the candidate's situation and his position. So cover letter includes a suitable line, greeting, main message, and sign off. So it will have the subject, it will have the greeting like respected sir, respected madam, and then we are writing the body, and then we are giving the signature. So the first impression are made in the mind of employer. So here this will be acting as a first impression. Let me show you one cover letter. Just a minute, I am searching for it. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not getting it, but I will search and I will display it. So now do's and don'ts for writing the resume. So whenever we are writing the resume, customize your resume every time. So it's not that we will keep the same kind of format. We can make changes in it. We can make the changes in the titles. We can make the changes in color. So we can customize our resume whenever we want. Then show off your technical skills. So in resume, we have to show the technical skills, highlight your achievements, because achievement is very important from the company's point of view, because it will show that you are achievement oriented person, right? Then note your accomplishments. Proofread and proofread again. As I have already told you, whatever you are writing in the resume, it should have some proof with it. Okay, then give a heads up to your references. Give a heads up to your references means now whatever names you are giving as a reference in the resume, we should make them references inform about that you have given their name as a reference. Otherwise, what will happen? Can you tell me, if you will not inform your references that you have given their name somewhere, then what will happen? Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
So many times we are giving name in the references, the people we know prior to 5 years. Suppose 5 years before I'm working in particular company and giving the name of that particular HOD in my reference, and when the call will go to that particular person, so that person will think, Harsha, who is this Harsha? Because 5 years gap is there. So to avoid this kind of situation, whenever we are giving the names of references in our resume, it's our responsibility that we should let that references know. Contact them first with the permission and let them know that you are giving their name as a references somewhere or for this particular company, for this particular position, so that whenever call will go to them, they will have the idea about it. Otherwise, it will be very much annoying situation for the reference. Okay, so these things we should keep in mind and keep your CV up to date. As we have already discussed, you have to modify your CV or resume because we are doing a lot of activities in our career life. So we need to keep our CV up to date. Keep it same. As we already discussed, CV will be same. No modification will be required, but keep adding the latest information about yourself in the CV. Okay. And always remember, whenever you're writing the CV, write from the latest to the oldest. Okay. Whenever you're writing the education qualification in the CV, first write the current education qualification. Don't start with 10th. Always start with the latest qualification you're having, because company is interested in your latest qualification. They're not that much interested in your 10th marks. They are interested in your current qualification. So always start with the latest to oldest. And this is not only for qualification, for each heading, whether it is experience. For writing the experience also, you should write from latest to oldest. For writing your achievements also, write latest to oldest. So this should be always maintained while writing the resume. And what should be avoided? So misrepresent your education or job experience. So don't add something extra that you don't have. Okay, don't mislead the company people. Then give reasons for leaving each job. So don't give reason for leaving each job. It is not at all required in resume. Okay, when company will ask you that kind of questions during interview, then we can answer for them, but it's not at all essential for writing in the resume. So don't get too personal. Don't get too personal. Okay, so it is a resume. Be professional. So don't worry about using extra exact dates. Now, many times what happens, we don't recognize or remember the exact dates of joining and leaving the company. Suppose we are having 5 to 6 organizations in which we have done the job, and it's not possible for any human being to know the exact dates, right? So no need to worry. Only mention the month and the year. August 2012 to September 2015. That will be enough. Okay, then don't experiment with a crazy format. As we all know, for the resume writing, there are different applications available, different templates are available online, but don't try some crazy format. Okay, don't try to innovate something new that will put you in danger while selecting your resume. So it should be simple, it should be neat and clean, and it should be readable. So don't use your company phone number or email address. So avoid to use your company phone number or company email address in your own resume or in your own CV. Always use your own email address and your own mobile number. Okay. And don't list past salary information. No need to include your salary information. It will be a matter of negotiation at the final interview. So no need to add this. Okay. In the interview itself, the people will ask you the question, what is your salary expectation? What was your previous salary, or what is your present salary you're getting in your current job? So that is a matter of negotiation at the time of interview. It should not be included in resume or CV. Now, this is one more interesting point I have added from my side, that is video resume. As we all know, from the 2 years we are undergoing the pandemic situation, and the hiring and recruitment. Just wait for a minute. Okay, thank you. So, as we all know, from the 2 years we are undergoing the pandemic situations, the students are not able to go to the companies gate, and they are not able to give face-to-face interviews. So now total scenario has been changed for the recruitment and selection of the companies. Okay, now companies are going for online interview, and they are not conducting face-to-face campus drives. So this is the very much essential part for today's recruitment, that is video resume. So this is very much popular nowadays. Nowadays companies are just sending the registration link for job application, and in that registration link they expect from the candidate to upload the short video resume of themselves, 1 or 2 minute resume, video resume. So what is video resume? Now whatever we are writing in the resume, we have to introduce ourselves in this video resume. So video resume puts your face on your resume. So this resume is a short video, 1 to 2 minutes is sufficient. And what is the benefit of this video resume? Can you tell me what things are extra in video resume that are not present in the traditional resume? Yes, from the participants. When you will introduce yourself in the video resume, what extra benefit or what extra thing video resume
It
will
may
give?
helpful. Ma'am, it may be helpful to the interview to the judges as ma'am.
Very good. So even before the interview, company will able to see your face, your communication skills, your personality, your body language, your
And also our
confidence, your smart.
personality.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
right. So whatever uh, qualities they need to check in the interview, they will check even before the interview. So it will save their time, it will save the company's time. They will, instead of calling 500 people, they will call only 200 people, because they have already checked your personality, they have already checked your smartness, your presence of mind, your communication in video resume. That's why nowadays video resume is very popular. Okay, so how to make now video resume? So whenever we want to make a video resume, first we need to write a script. So whatever things you want to say in your resume for 1 to 2 minutes, first write a script of it. Okay, so focus on specific experience and specific skills. And generally this video resume is job specific. So for the job for which you are applying, try to relate your skills to that job. Okay, it's a kind of resume, it's not a CV. So don't tell in that whatever conferences, whatever seminar you have attended, no need. Focus on the job related skills in the video resume. You need to state why you are fit to that particular job in that 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so write a script for that first. Try to rehearse that script first. Focus on specific skills. Then prepare a filming space. Now the space that you will choose for the video resume, that space should be neat and clean. That will be eye catching. Okay, then dress professionally. Now whatever dress,
இந்த உருளைக்கிழங்கு மசால் பண்றோம்ல அத தோசை
request
ஊத்தி நடுவுல வச்சு மடிச்சு
Dear participants, kindly meet your mic.
okay, so dress professionally in this resume. Okay, set up a recording device. You need recording device, so you cannot take it in a hand because we are not clicking the selfie. So you have to set that in a particular position. Okay, then record several takes. It's not possible for any person to record in a first attempt. You will do the mistakes definitely in speaking. So rehearse, take some rehearsal and record several takes. Then collect additional visuals. You can add additional visuals also to make it more attractive and more innovative. Edit the video and then get the feedback first. Before sending to the company, you can take the feedback from your friends, from your teachers, from your colleagues. And they can give you the feedback and you can make it edited. Okay? So here I have 2 examples that I want to like to show you. You can see it, the video resume.
Hi there, I'm Kushal.
Is it audible?
Salva,
Video?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay.
but you can call me Chris because that's what my friends, co-workers, and family call me. I am 25 years old and currently working as a public school teacher here in the Philippines. I graduated in Silliman University last 2016 with a degree in Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Biological Science. In my spare time, I love to read horror, mystery, and romance novels. I am also a home baker and I sell my products for extra income on top of my salary as a teacher. I am applying as a J1 teacher in the United States of America so that I can grow and develop professionally and as a person. I want to experience working in a new setting and learning new things with my learners from all walks of life.
So here you can see the background is very eye-catching. It's not a very unorganized. It's an organized background, and the dress is also professional. So in this way, you can use the video resume. There is one more option. Now this video resume is person-oriented. It's not job-oriented. Now there is one more innovative video with some kind of addition.
It's all dark, gloomy, dull, and lonely. That's what you see when you don't hire me.
Hi, I am Leon Joyce T. Flores, 23 years old and a graduate of Communication Arts, major in Digital Cinema at Far Eastern University, Manila. Ever since I was a kid, I have always loved arts. Anything about arts. Sketching, drawing, coloring, designing, filmmaking, photography, literary arts, and even performing arts like music. So, That led me to continue pursuing my passion. This time, let's talk about why you should hire me. These are my strengths: hardworking, creative, and willing. I am hardworking because I have juggled and excelled in school, work, and church activities all at the same time. So, if you are going to give me a lot of tasks, no worries. I can handle that because I work under pressure with quality. I am creative because being part of a family that doesn't live luxuriously, you need to be resourceful. You need to find ways. You need to think of new ideas. So, I started to innovate. I am willing because I still don't know everything and I am a work in progress. So, I want the process of learning new things. And in fact, anyone can be so talented and so capable of doing a lot of things, but not everyone can be available and willing. And that's about it. I hope that you consider my job application because I believe that this is the position, this is the place, and this is the moment I have always been wanting and waiting for. Thank you and God bless.
Okay, now tell me which one is more attractive, which video is more attractive?
Second.
If you second one, definitely. So if you will be selected,
the first person, ma'am.
yes, if you will be selected, definitely you are going to select the second candidate, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because the video is,
Attitude attracts me.
yes, the attitude, the confidence, the body language. So it matters in video resume. So these two examples I have given you to show the difference between how we can prepare for the video resume. Okay. So I hope it will work for you, and I wish that you can also prepare your own video resume, or you can ask your students to prepare their video resume. This can be one kind of assignment you can give to your students also. Okay, because it's the need of today. Now moving towards the next is what is an interview. So we all know what is interview, but what things we are discussing in a job interview. So basic knowledge to perform the job, the skills possessed by the candidate, personality traits and aptitude, salary expectations are also discussed in the job interview, willingness to work in shifts. So if company is working in 24-hour shift, then in which shift you want to work, or whether you are comfortable in working in day shift or night shift, whatever, that things are also discussed in the interview. Willingness to relocate for the job. Now, many people don't want to relocate. Many people are ready to relocate. That will depend upon your own abilities, your own flexibilities, your own personal life priorities. Then ability to work in a team, ability to multitask, solve problems, handle work stress. Now, all these points will depend upon the position for which you have applied. Then the career goal will also be discussed. That the question is very common, where you see yourself after 5 years or after 10 years. It's a common question in the job interview. Then your flexibility, your adaptability, whether you are able to adapt to the new environment quickly. Then respect for senior management. All these things are seen and discussed in the job interview. So types of job interview, there are 3 basic types of job interview: 1-to-1 or one-on-one job interview. You can see the first figure, one-on-one, one interviewer and one interviewee is there. That is one-on-one interview. This can be face-to-face, it can be telephonic, or this can be on video conferencing also. Because now we are in the pandemic situation, so companies are preferring telephonic and video interview. Okay, but it is 1-to-1 only. Then next is panel interview. You can see the second figure. So panel interview. Panel interview means there will be more than one interviewer, but the candidate will be one only. So many times what happens now, instead of conducting various interviews, two or more interviews, company is asking different people to sit together for an interview, like one person from the HR department, one person from the top management, one person from the specialization area for which you have applied the job. For example, if you have applied for the marketing position, then the marketing head will be also there, HR head will also be there, and one person from the senior management for the salary negotiation can also be there. So this will be a panel interview then. And the last one is group interview. So in group interview means now there can be more than one interviewees at the same time. So instead of calling one candidate, they will try to sit two or four candidates at the same time. Just like group discussion, I hope you have seen the group discussion. So they will ask 3 to 4 candidates to sit together and they will take the combined interview of these candidates. So this will be more easy for the interviewer to make a comparison. Same question will be asked to 4 candidates. So it will be easy for interviewer to make a comparison between the candidates, right? So these are the 3 kinds of job interviews. So preparing for the job interview. So before going to job interview, these things should be kept in mind. Know yourself. Like we already discussed at the time of career opportunities also, know yourself. Okay. Who you are, what is your skills, what are your qualification, what are your interests. Then know your resume. Now, many times what happens now, people are writing something in resume, but they are not able to remember that whatever you have written in the resume. So please make sure whatever you have written in the resume, you know that. Then know the company. So before going to interview, please verify the company site and please note down the company information, the company's top people, the company's financial position, the products and services that company is delivering. These are the very important things we should know, because many times what happens now, students or the candidates are only focusing on the what I should wear. Like as I have told you, I have seen the training and placement. So students before the first day, students are calling me and they're asking, ma'am, what should I wear tomorrow? But they are not preparing for the company information. They don't know about the company information. They don't know the position, or they don't know what are the responsibilities in that particular position. They are only focusing on their appearance. So please first focus on the company for which you are applying and then the position for which you are applying. Please go through the job description of the position. Company is giving the details in the job advertisement. They are giving the information about the job description, the responsibilities in that particular job, the skill set required for that particular job, location of that particular job. These things are already given in the job vacancy advertisement. So please know the position, then know to prepare a folder of necessary documents. Again, the same thing, latest to oldest. Whenever you will arrange your documents, go from latest to oldest, and please use the original documents in your folder, and plus keep one set of photocopies also with you and your photographs also. Then know some questions and answers before going to an interview, the common questions. Then know that your non-verbal appearance communicates loudly. Now here comes about your appearance. So what you will wear is very important. So as you all are the women, so definitely for us, the formal shirt and trouser will also work. Formal kurti will also work. And as you basically you are from the South India, so definitely a silk sari or cotton sari will also work for us. Don't go for designer wear. Okay, always use light shades for the dresses. Okay, don't use a dark color or a loud color, because attraction will go there and it will not look pleasant for the interviewer. So always use light shades, always use formal shoes. Don't wear sports shoes. Many people go in chappals also, so please avoid it. So always use a formal shoes, always use a formal wear. Okay, and comb your hair properly. Don't do some kind of extra hairstyles. You can see myself, what I have wear today, a simple studs in my ears, a light makeup. I have used one clutch in my hair. I have used one collar kurti. That is a formal wear because I have having the collar here. So it's a formal wear for me. Light shade is there. So this kind of dress, this kind of appearance is pleasant whenever you're going for interview. Okay. So, and plus one more thing is extra for women, that is the nails. So it's also equally important. We are not giving importance to all these things, but these small things are getting captured by the interviewer. How much organized you are, right? So whenever, please see that your nails will be properly cut, and if you are using the nail paint, then either use it properly or don't use it. Okay, as you can see, I have not used it because I am not getting time, so I'm not using it. Don't use or use it properly. Okay, so these are the very small things, but these are the important things as a woman when we are going to interview. Okay, so next will be know that your oral delivery also communicates. So the importance that we are giving for our appearance, the same importance should be given to communication also. You should know where to raise your voice, where to lower down your voice. Voice modulation should be there. Your body language, the gestures and postures you are using whenever you are sitting, whenever you are talking is very important. Like I am also, whenever I am talking, whenever I think I am using my hands, I am lowering down the voice, I am raising the voice, and plus smile is also important whenever required. So smile is always giving the extra impression, right? So it is one kind of pleasant appearance. So always wear smile on your face. That is very important for the interview. And know the meeting date, place and time in advance, and always reach before time. Know some basic salary ranges. Now, from where you will get the idea about the salary ranges, you can go to the company website, or you can make contacts with the people who have already worked in that particular company, or they are working in that particular company. So, or you can search for the similar kind of positions in the another organization, what they are paying for that particular position. So all these things are important. And very important, know that you must rehearse. So if you are a fresher, then definitely know that you should rehearse first. Sit with your friends or with your families, or you can use your mirror also. So please rehearse for the interview, because you will know your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so these are the things are required before going to an interview. So these are the common questions for the job interview. Tell me about yourself. So when question comes, tell me about yourself. Another question is that tell me about your family background. Both are the different questions. Tell me about yourself means you have to only focus upon yourself, and you have to state the things that you have not included in the resume. Tell something extra about yourself, your strengths, your achievements. That only should be highlighted in your tell me about yourself question. Okay, how did you hear about this position? Give this real answer, no issue. Why do you want to work at this company? Why do you want this job? Why should we hire you? So these are the common questions, and the answer will be same. You have to convince that you are the suitable candidate for this position. Okay, you have to match your skills with that particular position. Okay, what can you bring to the company? As I've already discussed, objective should reflect the benefit of you also and company also. So same thing here also. What you can bring to the company, what you can give to the company, where you can put the company from the current position to another position, how you can help, how you can contribute. Okay, so what are your greatest strengths? What do you consider to be your weaknesses? So can you tell me how you're going to state your weakness? If I'm an interviewer and you're the interviewer, and I'm asking to you, what are your weaknesses? What answer you will give to me? Yes, anyone? Just state your weakness. Yes, it is easy to tell the strengths, but it is very difficult to state our weaknesses. Do you know how to state our weaknesses? Anyone from you? If the question will come in the interview, what answer you will give as an interviewer? No one? So no one is having any weakness here? I hope
Ma'am,
I'm
I would
audible.
say I'm still searching for my weakness.
Okay, you are still searching for your weakness.
Yes.
But if
I
you're
would say like this.
okay, if you're a fresher, you can give this answer. But if you're having the experience of 5 years and 10 years, and then you'll give the answer that I'm still searching for the weakness, then it will not be that much good answer. So you have to tell some
Okay.
kind of weaknesses, right? So this should be keep in mind that if you're a fresher, you can give this answer, but you have experience, then you can't say that you're still searching for the weakness. Then you have to give answer in such a way that your weakness will be beneficial for the company. So how you will make up your weaknesses in such a way that it will be beneficial for the company? Can say that I'm very much time bound person. This is my weakness. I'm very much time bound. Okay, it is your weakness, but this is beneficial for the company, right? So you have to prepare your weaknesses in such a way that it will prove beneficial for the company. Okay. So what is your greatest professional achievement that you know? Tell me about a challenge or conflict you have faced at work and how you dealt with it. So many times questions are related to your profile. The questions are related to your jobs, that is the specialization. If you're applying for the training and placement officer position, then question will come from that background. And many times there are some kind of general questions just to check. They will give you some situation and they will ask you for the solution at that point of time. So you have to answer in such a way that, suppose for example, they will give you the situation like there is a dispute between HR manager and the laborers, and there is a strike from the labor side, then how you will resolve this problem? So at that time you have to answer. So these kind of questions can also come in the interview.